Yeah, I think it is 9 o'clock already, so I think we should start. Yeah. Right. So what should we do first, Paneli? Okay. All right. I hope you guys can see the screen. Boleh nampak my screen? Can you see my screen?
Still blank.
Still blank. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sekejap, I try balik. Stop sharing. Okay. Manage to see the screen?
No. Yes.
Yes.
I can see.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope everyone can see the screen. All right. So without further ado, okay, we should start our sessions. All right. A very good morning to everyone. Yeah. Thank you for your what we call participations for today workshop. It's not that workshop I said that. It's more like a sharing session actually. So it's a sharing sessions about what I had experienced, okay, during my Viva, and also before when I'm preparing for my Viva. Okay, actually a kind of a sharing session, and and here, okay, together with us we have some of my colleague, okay, who been through the Viva as well. So perhaps if you have any question, if you have anything that you want to ask about our okay, perhaps we can do have some sharing session, or you can ask some Q&A after the session after this. Yeah. So, all right. So the topic, as you can see here, okay, the topic that I would like to share with all of you for today is preparing for your Viva. Okay, and I believe that some of you guys, I need to check how many of you. Okay, there's 41 of you here, right? And I believe some of you might preparing yourself for your Viva soon, and and perhaps the others of you might want to see how want to what we call to hear about an experience, how the Viva journey, or how's the pre-Viva, and also how to prepare yourself for the Viva. Yeah, so it's kinds of perhaps you can prepare yourself, okay, might be a slightly different, okay, with my Viva, right? And your Viva might everyone by Viva is a slightly different, but more or less this is the journey that we're going through as a postgraduate student, regardless you are master students, you are PhD students, right? So this is the journey that you're going to go through. Yeah. Right. So, right, then shall we start? Yeah. Right. So this is the outline that I'm going to like to share with all of you this morning is why you need to have a Viva. Yeah. And what are how your thesis is being examined. Yeah. And then who are your examiners, right? And how your thesis is being judged, right? What are the possible outcome and how to prepare for the Viva, and what to do in the Viva and after the Viva. So basically, this is the thing that I've gone through. This is the thing that the process that I've gone through, yeah, during my postgraduate journey. Yeah, right. Right. So why we need to have a Viva basically? So this is 5 minutes. You're preparing yourself just to prepare one book, okay, one solid work that you are preparing. So why you need to come up with a Viva at the end of it? Yeah. So this is the thing, the Viva session, or the end of your postgraduate study, the Viva session is a very, very important session whereby it's the day that you're being evaluated, it's the day that you're being assessed, okay, throughout your 3 years works, throughout your 4 years works, okay. So this is the thing that this is the day where you are being assessed, okay, about your knowledge, about the theory that have you been tested, about all the method you have gone through, and then all the results, okay, the finding, what are the significance of your finding. Yeah, so this is the day that you're being evaluated. It's the day of brainstorming day. Okay, you are being questioned, you're being asked by your examiner, right? As you know that, okay, prior to Viva, okay, perhaps 6 months, 4 months, or 5 months, through your thesis for about a few months. Okay, they are thoroughly looking and read into your thesis. Okay, they want to see, they want to know how you engage in your writing. Okay, what is your topic is all about? What is significant of your study? What are your finding? The new finding. Okay, how's it being theory? The new theory being tested? Is there any model that you've been designed or developed out from your what we call from your study? So this is the day. Okay, this is the day that you're being tested. Okay, you're being evaluated and assessed. Okay, depends on it's according to your journey throughout the 3 years, 4 years journey. Yeah, so this is why we need to have a Viva. Okay, right? So it is very important that, okay, when I receive my Viva date, okay, actually, yeah, I did. It's my process of to my Viva is quite quick. Yeah, it's not that long. When I can see that some of my right? Some of them, they need to wait around 6 months for them to have a Viva. Some need to wait for 5 months, 4 months. And for me, myself, I waited for around 2 months for my Viva. I submitted my final thesis, okay, in December 2018, and I went for my Viva in February 2019. Yeah, it's just recently, I think it's 2 years ago. Yeah, I go through my Viva, and then why I can what we call why macam mana it can be so soon, yeah, for me to go for Viva. This is when I start to develop atau when I start to write my draft, yeah, my draft thesis. Okay, my supervisor already engaged with the examiner. Okay, she and he, I have my supervisory team. I have 2 supervisors. Okay, they already decide who are my examiner, okay, who are my internal examiner, right? So they already books, okay, they already what we call to do the Viva at this time. Okay, why? Because I told my supervisors that, okay, if you are the sponsored student, okay, I remember, yeah, if you are the sponsored student, especially if you are undergo a CEPSLI scholarship, okay, any government scholarship, or regardless any kinds of scholarship, okay, because you have some time that you need to finish your study. Yeah, so prior to when I start my Pgws journey, my PhD study, I told my supervisor that I need to complete within 3 years. Okay, so along the way, okay, I keep reminding my supervisor that I need to you as a student, especially if you're sponsored student, you need to inform your supervisors that, okay, you must going back ataupun you must report if you are the sponsor, so you must finish within this year, and then of course you are the one, you need to work along, you need to work hard to finish around that particular schedule for that particular years. Yeah, so that they will know that, okay, supervisor that I need to finish, I need to go for Viva for 3 years, but somehow if your work did not, okay, met their expectation or do not ready for your Viva session, so definitely they will not allow you to go for Viva session. Yeah, so it's depend on your progress, it's depend on how your work is ready or not for the Viva. So it's depend on the supervisor. Yeah, so during my when I submit my draft, okay, when I submit my draft, so then my supervisors already discuss among themselves that, okay, so Juliana is ready for Viva, so so they already book, okay, the examiner, they already reserve ataupun they identify who are my examiner already. Yeah, so that time, and just bear in your mind that when you're being taught that you've been told that you should submit your draft will not definitely that will be your first and last draft. Yeah. So as me myself, I submitted around 5 drafts. You can you imagine 5 drafts? My final submission. Okay, out of 5 drafts, so you need to do correction all over again until your supervisor said it's okay, it's ready. Yeah, so it took me 5 drafts, okay, to be submitted, okay, at that time. And at the end of 2018, okay, in December 2018, finally my 5th draft being approved and being approved and ready to go for Viva. Then I proceeded to my submit to my postgrad office. Yeah, this kind of thing. All right. So, and how your thesis is being examined. Okay, there are 2 phases. Okay, this is according to my as I told you just as I mentioned earlier. Okay, this is according to my journey. Okay, my experience to go through the Viva process. So basically, there are 2 phases. Okay, there are 2 phases that how your thesis is being examined. Okay, first phase is your intentions to submit. This is what I told you just now. Through your thesis draft by draft. Okay, when they read through, okay, are your thesis is ready or not to be submitted for Viva, right? This kind of thing. So this is the first thing. And then exact title submitted for approval not less than 1 month before submission. Okay, your title is being submitted. Okay, your topic already being submitted to your postgraduate office. Yeah, and then thesis submitted together with submission forms to graduate school office. So when you are ready to submit your thesis, so you need to fill some form, you need to print out, all right, and then you need to put some soft copy, then you need to send to your postgraduate office, okay, your Viva to your thesis, okay, prior to the Viva, right? That's the first phase. Yeah. So in the second phase, right, examiner is independently assess your thesis, means that you have already been allocated examiner, okay, who are your external examiner, who is your external examiner, who is your internal examiner. So it's already being allocated for you to graduate office ataupun you punya postgraduate office, so they will send you punya thesis to your examiners. Yeah, so they will take some time to read your thesis start from your cover page, right, until throughout you punya reference. They will check every single detail of your thesis, and then right, then your examiner, okay, if you go through pre-viva process, okay, if you go through pre-viva process, your examiner, they will check back, okay, they will flip back, okay, what are the comment has been commented, okay, during your pre-viva, okay, they make a comparison. Do you do some amendment, do you put some any extra what we call write-up, okay, this kinds of thing. They will check, they will tally your comment with your pre-viva your comment. Yeah, as for me myself, we do not have any pre-viva. Okay, what we been through is that because when I did my PhD, me MPhil is a master philosophy. Okay, so with the we as a postgrad student and for PhD student, kan, so we need to go through this 18 months process of MPhil. Means that the MPhil examination is some sort of pre-viva lah, tapi it's more into you already go the process of the data collection, or it's not the data collection, or the process of the research. So you are presenting your what you have done until that 18 month. Yeah. So during the MPhil punya evaluation, yeah, so they will determine that if whether your thesis ataupun your study is a PhD level or not. Okay, if you are not a PhD level, okay, means that you pack your bag and going back to Malaysia. So this has happened in some of our colleague. Okay, I mean a colleague in my what we call during my study. So we call it colleague. Yeah. So my friend, okay, in my pass the MPhil punya what we call evaluation. So they can't be awarded as they can't go through the process of PhD. Okay, they only receive a MPhil, Master Philosophy. They come back. Yeah, it's so means that this is the process that we've gone through. So mine is different than you, and perhaps you guys, I know, I believe that okay, kalau UMS you need to go through for your pre-viva punya tu, right? So this is the thing. Okay, you'll be check you punya thesis tu according you punya pre-viva punya comment ada tak, if whether you do some amendment or not, right? Any some things, the new thing that you've been adding in, yeah. And then the next stage is you punya viva. Okay, a defend, not an exam. Yeah, nanti kita we were going to go through this process, and then the last one is decision. Yeah, so this is the two phases. The first phase is start from you working on it, and then until you submit it to your postgraduate office. The second phase is you punya examiner punya part until you punya viva punya day. Yeah, so this is the two phases. Yeah. Okay, and who select the external and internet examiner. So basically, okay, in my case, and I do believe in perhaps in your case as well, you punya examiners being determined by your supervisor. Okay, how your supervisor decide who is your examiner is, they need to look for an examiner that who are expert in your area, in your research area. So they will go and look for the examiner for you, or perhaps if you have any suggestion, okay, you know that who are the one who expert in that area, you can approach, you get the name. Okay, you give the name to your supervisor, and they will they will look through the CV, the resume. They will look through their what we call their previous work. Okay, their expertise. Yeah, so they will approach the examiner and appoint it to the postgraduate office. So, however, okay, even though you and your supervisor determine who your examiner are, right? Your postgraduate office is the one who determine whether you punya examiner is able to what we call able to evaluate you punya thesis ataupun examine you punya thesis. So this is the thing. Yeah, even though you give the name, but somehow the final say is your graduate office. Yeah, and if you already know that who are your examiner are, okay, both examiner and examiner, you already know. So don't forget to find out about your examiner. Okay, you need to know about your punya examiner. Who are they? Okay, what are their expertise? What are their previous work? What are their current works? What are their current interests? How many PhD students they have now? So you need to look for the information about your examiner, so that you, prior to the viva day, you know who are your examiner, right? You need to get to know who you are, who is your examiner, who are your examiners. Yeah, and don't forget the importance of the internet examiner as well. Internet examiner is someone from your faculty. Okay, someone from your faculty members who are perhaps now, okay, you know that, okay, now in our faculty, okay, in FPEP, okay, if you are waiting for your punya, if you are ready for your viva, so you know, you boleh guess who will be your examiner in our faculty. Yeah, so you look for that, you look for their what we call their details, they look for their background. Yeah, you need, before the viva, then you know who are there. Yeah, so this is the examiner part. And then, okay, then we go into how is your thesis being judged. Okay, so how your thesis is being judged is about your originality. Okay, is your work is original or not? So this is, we will go through this what we call this process. Okay, this evaluation nanti, right? We're going to is worthy or not for the publications, and adequate knowledge of the field. Okay, critical judgment, 3 years of work, right? So unified body of research is you punya the whole thesis is speak. Yeah, so adherent to academic conventions, you punya coherent structure, literature review, and clear conclusions. So this is basically how your thesis is being judged. Then we go through this one. We're going through how is your thesis being judged. Nanti kita go through. Okay, there will be in further slides. Right. So once you go through you punya Viva, yeah, once you go through you punya Viva, okay, this is the possible outcome that you might receive, yeah. So this is perhaps if the examiner are so happy about your work, if they didn't see any flaws, okay, means that your from your chapter 1, chapter 2 until the end of your chapter, they speak well to each other, how you discuss it, how you critically argue it, how you came out with how you relate your finding, right? This kind of thing. So definitely they are happy to give you pass with excellent. Yeah, means that with no correction at all. So it happened, yeah. PGR student to pass with no correction, yeah, pass with no correction. It's happened in my with my PhD colleague, okay, with my in our office, okay, in our office I see that some of my most of my friend in during my study time, okay, they are passed with no correction, yeah. So it kind when you see that your friend, yeah, they are passed with no correction, you'll feel so motivated, you'll feel so eager to see, means that you wanted to work very hard to make sure that your thesis pun might be passed with no correction, yeah, this kinds of thing. So this is the possible outcome, yeah. So I do believe that most of you here, okay, if you're really diligent ataupun discipline do your thesis, definitely you will pass with no correction, yeah. So you need to very carefully check, okay, very carefully think about any possibility, okay, you do some that you might add in your write up, yeah. Don't your paragraph or your chapter speak to each other, yeah. And then they also, okay, pass with minor correction. So pass with minor corrections, 1 month or 2 months, 3 months, okay, it depends on the examiner how long they want to give you. But somehow, okay, some of examiner, okay, they are very what we call, they are very kind-hearted, yeah, actually. Okay, they will give you some time for you to you have ample time to work on your thesis, yeah, to work on your correction, yeah. The any outcome, even though any 1 month, 3 months, 6 months ataupun 6 month punya correction, it doesn't matter, yeah. It doesn't matter how many months you're being given for correction, okay. The important thing is that you have ample time to do the correction, okay. You have enough time, okay, to make sure all the correction being addressed carefully, okay, all the correction being done carefully, yeah. And then, yeah, as we have 1 month thesis, and somehow, okay, there also outcome that thesis passes but fell at Viva. So they need to have a second Viva, means that you need to defend again you punya thesis. And the other some scenario, this is not that is a very least atau minimal lah. Okay, minimal people will be given a resubmission, yeah. Okay, with or without second Viva. And then this is appropriate. And sometimes this is appropriate for master degree. This is basically for UK punya UK punya student, right? So kalau if you come out with your punya presentation, okay, even though you pass you punya MPhil, yeah, pass you punya MPhil, but during your Viva, they thought that you only can be given MPhil, means that master philosophy, not doctorate philosophy. So this is some cases, it's minor, it's a very rare cases lah, right? And then fail is very rare, yeah, very rare. You will fail for your Viva. So again, I would like to remind you don't the correction, you address all the corrections well, yeah. It doesn't matter how many months, yeah. You don't even regardless how many months you've been given, don't be so sad, don't be so demotivated, no, okay. You just take the result, yeah, and what we call do the correction, address the corrections properly, and then strengthen you balik, do some amendment every chapter, this kind of thing. So at the end of the day, so you have a good work, yeah, and then you are very proud of it when you submit submitting your correction. Means you address everything carefully, you address everything with the ample time. At the end of the day, you're very proud of your thesis. Okay, people will refer to your thesis kalau dah masuk dalam in your kita punya repository. Yeah, so people can refer to your thesis and say you need to be proud of what you're doing. Yeah, this kind of thing. So this is the possible outcome. All right, so how do you make sure your thesis is any good ahead of the Viva? Okay, how you want to make sure your thesis is very good, okay, prior you punya Viva day. Okay, what you need to do adalah you ada punya feedback, okay, especially those who are in your field, okay, ask them to go through you punya your work, okay, this kind of something, yeah. And then how you need to do is you need to present at a conference. You as a postgraduate student, you need to attend a conference. Yeah, you need to attend a conference, submit a paper, present you punya paper regardless of what kind. Kalau it doesn't matter, you submit your conceptual paper pun it's okay. You submit you punya literature punya tu systematic review pun it's okay, yeah. Then when you have a result, okay, go for your first objective, submit it. Okay, present it in a conference. Yeah, because we want the feedback during the conference. Means that people see, the audience read, the other academicians, they read, they listen to your presentation, and during your presentation, during the conference, okay, they see, oh, perhaps you need to add some this area. Okay, perhaps you need to really emphasize your objective. Okay, I think your method is you need to adding on this, right? So this is the feedback that we want. This is to strengthen you punya thesis. So that's why we encourage students. Our faculty, yeah, as you can see that our faculty, we are very active in organizing a conference. Yeah, so you need to take this opportunity, yeah, to present your paper, to present your thesis, your study in the conference, yeah, so that you get a feedback. You get a feedback from others expert. Okay, we have expert in our faculty. They give you feedback, okay, about you punya work. Yeah, so that this will minimize the question. Will minimize any flaw of your thesis. Okay, because you get a feedback from the other expert. Okay, on your area, in your area. So this is the thing. Okay, I can see that throughout end of this year, we still have two or three more conference, if I'm not mistaken, in FPEP. So ready yourself, okay, submit your abstract, go and attend a conference. Okay, and then next year we do have some conference some more, so do participate in a conference. Yeah, it's not only limit in our FPEP, you can go other university in your conference as well. Yeah, so we encourage you to present in the conference. Yeah, and you can. This is very important, yeah, and become an active member of your local academic community. So this is as a PGR student, as a postgraduate student, regardless you are master or PhD student, you need to actively participate. As what you done, as what you did, do today. You attend this talk, you attend this sharing session, yeah, to regards with the preparing for your Viva. So perhaps we can see that our postgraduate punya section in our FPEP is very active. Okay, they came out with series of workshop. Okay, this workshop is very important to prepare you as a student. Okay, prepare yourself along the journey as a postgraduate study. Yeah, so you're being prepared. How you can see that, okay, from the first series until now, and toward the end of the year, we have a lot of courses, we have a lot of workshop you need to attend. So you need to actively okay, engage in this workshop. Yeah, this is very important. Okay, and then we know that you have some colloquium to attend. Yeah, it's not only that just preparing for your Bible, we have the literature methods, the other methodology courses, the SPSS courses, what we call the PLS course. Okay, this kind of thing. So just attend it. Yeah, be engaged in the community. Yeah, during my time, okay, we are during my study time, again, we love to engage with our postgraduate punya activities. Yeah, so this from there we can see, we get a feedback, we make friends. It's not only about to do work 24 hours a day ataupun for 20 hours a day, right? You socialize with your community. So perhaps when you talk with your friend, and then you get some idea. Okay, during your having some activities kan during the workshop kan. So this is it. Yeah, this is how you prepare. And how do you make sure your thesis is any good ahead of the Viva? Yang second part, okay? You need to send the material for publication. Instead of a part of you attend a conference, try to send for publish an article, apa ni, journal article. Yeah, if you already second semester in your first year, start submit you punya conceptual paper. Okay, start submitting to publish a journal article. Yeah, start writing out. Yeah, and send it. If you already send it to the editor, okay, to the journal, okay, when you have some feedback ataupun if you get some rejection letter, okay, try to look what are they what are they highlighting, okay, why what are the command, okay, they are being they put in your in your manuscript, okay, you tengok, okay, what are those command, and then you try to address those command, do some amendment, kan, so then it become a good paper, yeah, because you have other people, okay, to read you punya work, okay, beside you and your supervisor, then you need to have some others expert, okay, to review your paper, yeah, then once you done you punya review, okay, you try to submit it again, yeah, and ask at least one other qualified person, okay, who is not your supervisor, to read the draft before you submit. Yeah, this is basically, so we want other third eye to look through, to read through kita punya article, to look through kita punya thesis. I understand something. And me myself, yeah, my supervisor get two expert, okay, to read my thesis before the submission. Yeah, so we have some comment from the first reviewer, then second reviewer. I'm very glad that, because they are willing to read my thesis, okay, they spend some time to read through, so I get a feedback, okay, throughout before I submit for my final draft, yeah, and get a clear feedback from your supervisor on the full and final draft. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm submitting 5 draft, okay, 5 draft, okay, then I get a comment. Sometimes kan, I feel very macam apa lagi dia mau, what else that she want, what else that they want, kan, so macam balik they send back and to ask for the somehow this is to prepare yourself. This is the process to prepare yourself, actually, to have to make sure that you punya thesis is ready, and to minimize all the questions during the Viva. Yeah, so this is the thing. So for those who are in your process of waiting for your Viva, so this is the thing, okay, you can read through, okay, even though you already submit, okay, you can also ask you punya others expert to read, so that you can prepare yourself for the Viva question. Yeah, so this thing. All right, so how do you make sure your thesis any good ahead of the Viva? Okay, so you need to proofread your thesis, okay. Proofread is very, very important, yeah, okay, before you submit your final draft, okay, this is very important, right? So as me myself, I always send, even though it's a draft, okay, even though those 5 drafts, okay, I send for 5 proofread, okay, it's not only all the works. When my supervisor asked me to send to them, I will send it for proofreading. Okay, I will ask our what we call we have some freelance in our university. Okay, they will go through you punya they will go through the thesis. It's a freelance. If there's a lecture linguistic lecturer ataupun those yang in aspect in your field, okay, and then they will read through you punya, or as me myself, they read my chapters, they read all my submissions, so that what we call, before it's arrived, before it's reached to my supervisor, okay, it's already being all the what we call the it's not the structure, the content is readable, okay, tak, it's not that haywire, right? So means that the flow of the thesis, the coherent, okay, the what we call the paragraphs speak with each other, okay, this kinds of thing. Yeah, so you need to send your punya thesis for proofread, okay, and your punya chapters. It will be So that bila when your supervisor read you punya chapter, they will minimize their time to check you punya grammar, to check you punya sentence structure, you punya what we call you punya sentence, this kinds of things. So you punya supervisor, they will happily read you punya write up. Okay, they will happily to read you punya your content, right? So that they will get a clear picture what you want to say. Okay, they will have a good mood, happy to read it. So you want to minimize those moody punya expressions, okay, for if you punya supervisor to read it, yeah, so you want to minimize it. This is your own effort actually, yeah. I mean the chapter, but for the whole thesis, the whole draft and the whole thesis, you really need to get to do the proofreading, yeah. And if you are not a native speaker, then have your thesis professionally proofread, yeah. Okay, again, okay, even though you are native speaker pun, okay, you need what we call, sorry, yeah, there's a right. Sorry, there's a comment. Can you hear the voice? Hello. Is there anyone can hear my voice?
Can, doctor?
Oh, okay. So because there's a student that said that he or she can't hear my voice. Okay. All right. Thank you for the feedback. All right. So again, yeah. So you will not fail because of typo, okay, or language error, but poorly proofread, okay, work will annoy your examiner, yeah, and may cause them to doubt your professionalism and the quality of your work. So this is a very, very important that we want to minimize this mistake, yeah. We want to make sure before you submit your final draft, because your final thesis is the book that we send to your examiner. Okay, they will carefully read it. So we don't want that they feel annoyed about your thesis that not being proofread. Yeah, they will see punya profession how. So make sure you send it for proofread, because we don't want it annoyed you punya examiner. Ya, kalau if they are being annoyed on the Viva day tu nanti you will be kena. Yeah, they will ask why you're not sending your proofread thesis and this kind of thing, and you will perhaps they will give you some time, extra time for you to ni nanti. Yeah, so we want to minimize it, right? And how to prepare for your Viva experience, okay? There are 3 things you can do to prepare for the Viva, okay? You need to familiar yourself with your thesis. We're going through this later. And predict and practice possible questions, right? This one, predict and practice possible question. If you type in Google, in any Yahoo, you type, okay, you type what we call Viva questions. There's a lot of people sharing their Viva question. Yeah, there are a lot of people, so many people, the postgraduate student who already gone through the Viva, they share their what we call their Viva question. So you can get it and practice on your own. We did our PhD together and we almost do our Viva at the same time. So we are sharing the question that we received during our Viva day. Yeah, we share with our friends. So they practice all the questions. Okay, they practice themselves the question and try to answer and address all the issue, okay, during for their Viva, yeah. And think about how to express yourself in the Viva. So this is nanti kita go through this. Right. So refamiliar yourself with the thesis. Okay. If the thesis is being done by you, right? If this is your 3 years, 4 years when you work, definitely you will really familiar with your thesis. Yeah, you will know. Okay, you will know. Okay, this sentence is being addressed in which chapter. Okay, this what we call this question is really thoroughly discussed in which chapter. Okay, even though a single dot, any typo error, pun you can easily see, because this is the thing that you've done for the past 3 or 4 years. Yeah, so you know already, you are really, really familiar with your every single chapter, every single detail in your thesis. Yeah, so you need to then what you need to do is every chapter too, you come up with the summary, the main point. Okay, this is how you familiar it. So as me myself, during you cannot control the share. What is that? During invitation, you cannot control the share. Yes, okay. Okay. All right. So you need to come up with a summary. You need to summarize your punya chapter. Okay, every single point. Okay, you need to highlight. Okay, if you see that in every sentence, of your punya chapter, okay, you need to put some point. Yeah, you need to come up with a sticker note, right? Place it here. Okay, as for your kind information, for your informations, your thesis will be discussed, right, chapter by chapter. Somehow, even though it's already in chapter 3, they will fit back to chapter 1. So you need to make sure every single detail in every chapter, right? So every single thing that you said in every chapter, you know, right? So you need to recap balik, right? Recap balik, and be familiar with reference you cited, and who are your main reference. You need to know, okay, who are your main reference in your thesis, okay, in your study. Okay, you need to know. Okay, what are this author, what are these researcher do, what have they done, okay, in their past work. Okay, you need to know. Okay, if me myself, I'm being asked who is my main reference, who are my main reference, they ask me, okay, about this during my Viva. Okay, as me myself, okay, I've been go through chapter by chapter during the Viva, okay, and sentence by sentence, yeah. Okay, for your kind information, my Viva took me around almost 3 hours. Yeah, my Viva took me almost 3 hours, yeah, during the session. Question is more is a session. It's more into Q&A. They ask me and I answer them. They ask me, I answer them. So this kind of thing, yeah. So it's just informal Viva session. We sit on the table. We sit in small room. Okay, there are 4 of us. 5 of us there. We have a chairperson, my internet examiner, and my supervisor is sitting there. Okay, my first supervisor, okay, was there during my Viva. So I sit in front of my 2 examiners, and the chairperson sit in the middle, and my supervisor sit next to me, right? These kinds of things. And we have a Q&A, right? So next one, yeah, nanti kita go further this. Okay, keep up to date with the few, especially what is happened since you submitted. Yeah, so even though you already submit your thesis, so make sure, is there any new article ataupun new issue being addressed, okay, when after you submit. So this is the good thing, yeah, so that you know you keep updating about you punya field, about you punya area. Be honest with yourself, okay? Please be honest with yourself. If you think that this, when you read your thesis ataupun when you read your punya chapter by chapter tu, there's something that you curious, or you feel that tidak ngam, yeah, so you need to make sure, okay, you need to highlight about that. So that might be a potential question, that might be something that your punya examiner will ask you after that, yeah, during your punya Viva. Okay, as me myself, kan, banyak soalan, there's some of questions that my examiner asked me, they are not very really understand what I'm saying, the sentence that I wrote, yeah, this and something. So you need to make sure, okay, you don't simply say, oh, my thesis, there's no flaws in my thesis is very good, or my chapter is very good. No, okay, you need to you need to check, and you need to think, is there any possible question that they might ask you, yeah. And identify weak points so you can be in good position. This is what I said. Sure, you know the 4 things that you feel that's not that a big issue. So you defend it, and sure, you know how you would remedy them if you had this knowledge in hindsight. And prepare to engage the examiner in debate over how they would have tackled that area, and get your supervisor or colleague to question support with you. All right. So before the Viva, okay, I attend a mock Viva session with my supervisor. Yeah, I attend mock Viva session with my supervisor, and that's the worst mock Viva session I had, yeah, during that time. Yeah, so I've been drilled by my supervisor for around for 2 hours. Yeah, we had this mock Viva session. Yeah, my supervisor, my second supervisor become bad supervisor. My first supervisor become good supervisor. Okay, because they already examine numbers of postgraduate students, so they know how to ask how to what we call conduct that Viva session. So they wanted me to be prepared during the Viva day. A lot are being shoot questions one after another, and I can't answer it during my mock viva session. Yeah, I can't answer when I feel that I can't answer my viva. I can't defend my thesis during my mock viva session. I feel so demotivated. I feel so sad. Okay, because I can't answer it during my mock viva session, and I inquiry myself. Okay, am I ready or not to go for viva? Okay, and my work is my work equivalent for PhD award or not? Okay, this kind of thing. So this is the thing that I going through during my mock viva. Once I going out from my supervisor's punya room, I feel so exhausted. I drank two box of Ribena. Okay, because I lost a lot of my energy, my what we call my my sugar level is dropping, okay, during the mock viva session. Yeah, this just to share with you, okay, what I gone through during my mock. Okay, during my viva session, it's definitely totally different from what I experienced. Yeah, during my viva session, it's totally a calm session. During my viva, it's a very harmony punya session. Dia macam relax. My examiner is asking me, and then the floor during that 3 hour, I can feel that it's a 3 hour punya session, So it means that I enjoy my Viva session, even though during that 3 hours punya session, there's a gap. We take some break or within 20 minutes lah, right, during that time. Yeah. So when I recall back during my Viva session start at 8. Yeah. I start at 9 that time. Yeah, and then I arrived in that the venue for my Viva day venue at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I arrived early, so make sure during your Viva day, even if your Viva day come early, okay, get the atmosphere punya feeling, sitting in that area, be early, be punctual. Yeah, so when I arrived at my postgraduate office, when I arrived, it's not possible. When I arrived in the venue, tu kan, so I saw my examiner is already sitting in that office. Yeah, they are discussing, seriously discuss. Okay, and I saw my supervisor sit outside of the room, that I can see my chairperson, my examiner is sitting discussing. Okay, they are discussing, seriously discuss, and I feel so nervous. So seeing them discuss so seriously, okay, with my thesis in front of them, and flipping my thesis pages by pages. Yeah, so it's make me nervous, before I enter my Viva station. Yeah, so that's my for the whole session. Yeah, and okay, nanti kita go through lagi, right? So next one, and of course, despite of you having you punya mock session with your Viva kan, you also can have your friend to ask you, okay, your friend, your colleague in your postgraduate office, you can ask them to ask you, okay, so that you can what we call practicing it, okay, practicing how to answer it. Yeah, so you can ask them to do some mock with you, okay, instead of you punya supervisor, but you can ask your friend as well, yeah, to prepare yourself so that you can really confident to answer during your Viva day. Yeah, just one thing. And for me myself, I already prepared for the worst because I already undergo my mock Viva session tu kan very I think very worst lah I rasa. Okay, I think during my mock Viva session tu with my supervisors. Yeah, so I already prepared the worst during my Viva day. Yeah, right. So basically they for examiner, okay, they always look for the proof that you fulfill the criteria for passing. Okay, they want to make sure you are fulfill all the criteria in order for you being awarded with PhD. Yeah, so they want to make sure that you are what we call is good enough to be awarded as a with a PhD. Yeah, they want to see about your originality, as I mentioned just now, worthy of publication and good knowledge of the field and literature. So critical judgment, you punya body of work, and then satisfactory during your presentation. So this kind of thing, we go through this. Yeah, and is it original? Yeah, originality is very very important when you produce you punya thesis, yeah. And I know nowadays, okay, nowadays you can nowadays we can see there's some services out there, okay, to produce a this and something. And please do not involve with that what we call unethic work, okay, unethic academic punya behavior, right? So you need to do you need to work it by yourself, okay. You need to undergo the process, okay, the every process, okay, in order for you to produce a quality ataupun a good thesis, okay. You are going to be proud of your thesis, okay. This is your work for those 3 years, for those 4 years, yeah. So in terms of originality, so what is your thesis is all about? So this is your work, okay. This is what you have done, okay. You have developed you have come out with the introduction chapter, literature chapter, methodology chapter. You undergo all the process of data collection, you do all the analysis, you interpret the data, and then you come up with the discussion of your finding, right? And then then for your end of your chapter, so this is your work. You know every single thing that to summarize your main finding, okay. You know that, okay, what is your main finding? You know that whether your objective being achieved or not, whether your research question being addressed or not. So this is your originality. You know everything what you wrote in your thesis, yeah. And what is your original about your work? Your methodology is the original thing, yeah, because you're the one who go and collect the data. You design you punya methodology, you design you punya approach, you do the interview, you do the data collection, and then you analyze the data, okay. Then you check whether your thesis being your punya itu is being addressed accordingly or not. So you know everything, yeah. So this is the original of you, because you've done every single process, you've done every single detail in your thesis. So that's the originality, yeah. And then what are the contributions to your knowledge of your thesis? Okay, why it is important? You know how to address it. What are the contributions of your punya study? Okay, what is the contributions to the knowledge of your thesis? So you know, okay, you know. Okay, in this stage, okay, those who are preparing for your Viva, those who are waiting for your pre-Viva, do you know what's your contributions to your thesis? The contributions to knowledge of your thesis. Okay, you need to know. Okay, means if you know, then you are ready for your Viva, right? You need to ask yourself, yeah. And what did you approach the area in this way? Okay, justify your approach, justify your method. Okay, you know, you defend your method, why you conduct it such way, why you came out with this method, why you interviewing it, why you do the mixed method, yeah. You know, all right, you know how to defend, means that you know it is original and you are ready for your Viva. And the big picture is an important part of this, the significance of your study. What are the significance of your study? Yeah, so you need to know what's the significance of your study. Yeah, you need to ask yourself. Yeah, is it if you are the one who work on your thesis, that's you is dia macam it means that you know then you collect what you are doing, okay, what's method are you doing, okay, how's your analysis, what you're finding. You easily flow apa ni, you can easily discuss with your thesis with your friend, means that that's your work, okay. Okay, kalau it's not that your work, perhaps you will be ragu-ragu to answer, you are very you will not know how to answer it, yeah. So this originality, so you need to proud with what you have done and so far, yeah. And is it worthy of publications or not? Okay, your thesis is worthy for publications or not? Okay, then what you need to do is summarize your key finding. Okay, you can send your finding, your work to send for article journal. You present it on a conference, get a publish a journal, this kind of thing. And have you published any aspect of the work? Okay, have you published? Okay, those who are in your second year student, your third year student, have you published or not? Right? If you have not published, try to working on it. Yeah, so try to publish, start publishing. Yeah, so start publishing conference. Yeah, start with conference first. Yeah, start with a conceptual paper dulu. Familiar yourself with the conference. Familiar yourself with a publishing paper. Yeah, I know it's not easy, but it's a learning process. It's a journey to learn. Okay, if you're going into the academia, when you feel, okay, this is the thing that you might go through. Okay, in the future, okay, publishing, attend a conference, yeah, this kind of thing, and presenting at the conference, yeah, okay, review the audience, your comment, and what could you publish? Okay, you can publish anything in your thesis. Okay, you can publish your objective, you can publish your research question, you can publish your literature, your method, and during your 3 year too, on the third year you can publish your early finding, yeah, this kinds of thing. Okay, where do you publish? You aim for the high index, okay, star journal. You aim for the Scopus Major journal. Okay, even though they are rejected, no worries. You can go for the another second stars of the journal. Okay, you go for tidak salah for you to aim for the Scopus punya journal. Yeah. Alright, so once you come up with the publication, and don't forget to attach your publications or any proceeding, right? In your thesis, okay, as an appendix. Okay, this shows without a doubt that it's a worthy for publication. Yeah, so when you submitting your thesis, you'll be proudly attach all the papers that you have submitted, all the conference that you attend. Yeah, so you'll be proud of it when you compile all your thesis nanti. So when your examiner read through your thesis, they will see, oh, this student is very active. This student engage with the in the conference. Okay, they can see you punya reviewer punya comment, yeah, these kinds of things. So this will make you punya Viva process too easy lah. I can say it's more easy. Third year students start to publishing. Okay, start to attend a conference. If you already third year, you haven't attended any conference, go. We have, as I mentioned earlier, FPEP, we are organizing conferences. We still have few conferences going on toward the end of this year. So try, okay, participate in the conference. Yeah. And does it show critical judgment? All right. So this is your thesis showing a critical judgment, ataupun is you discuss critically, okay, in your write-up, okay. Can you identify and prioritize what is important in your own works? Okay, what is your main argument? Okay, of course, yeah. I know that even me myself, I have a difficulties in writing up an argument in my early year of my study. Yeah, because is it's a kind of it's not an easy kan to point out to discuss, because you need to have some skill in terms of academic punya writing. Yeah, so try, okay, you now those students who are in your first year now, okay, try to attend some courses, okay, how to do some write-up, how to come up with the discussion, the argument. Yeah, for those who are in already submitted, okay, for your pre-viva, so you check back, what is your main discussion, what is your main argument, okay, to be highlighted. Yeah, what's the original about your work, okay, your contributions to your knowledge, why it's important, okay, what is the strongest, biggest part of your work, okay, why did you approach in this area in such way. And if they're asking you, if you could start again now, what would you do differently? Okay, this is the most popular questions being asked during the Viva. Yeah, they will ask you, if you can start again, okay, in what way, what would you do differently? Okay, this can be a way if you answer it, okay, if you answer this question in another way, right, means that you want you will change your critique your own works. Okay, so if you're being asked this question, you said you definitely will do such way again. Okay, you will definitely do the way you are doing it now. So means that you're really firm with your stand. Okay, means that this is the thing that you want. Okay, this shows that you are very confident with your work. Okay, if you've been asking this question in your Viva, okay, in your pre-Viva, in your Viva. So you make sure you don't criticize your own work, don't criticize your own effort. Yeah, so this is a very important. Okay. Okay, sekejap. And then, does this shows good knowledge of field and literature? Okay, if your thesis is showing a good knowledge or not. Okay, and okay, can you identify, prioritize your important in your own works, in your literature review? Yeah, literature review is the thing. Yeah, is the chapter that's a very dry. Very dry chapter because it's never you never stop writing literature until you submit, yeah, until you come up with your punya finding already pun you still write you punya your literature review, yeah. So you need to identify what's the main discussion, okay, in your literature review as well. Okay, and contributions to knowledge, this is similar with the previous one. Yeah, this is show good knowledge. And if you're being given, okay, how did you want to do it? If you're being given opportunity again. So again, okay, don't critique your own works. Okay, that's the literature review chapter is the one that you are sure about. Okay, you need to stand for what you have done, what you have written in your chapter literature. Yeah, as for me myself, I have two literature review chapter. I have altogether, I have I have 8 chapters. Okay, me myself, if I have 8 chapters altogether for my thesis, I have 8 chapters. Yeah, so I have 2 literature review chapters. You can imagine. Yeah, so this is the thing. Okay, what are the contributions to the list of your thesis? Why is it important? As I mentioned, as we addressed just now, and what are the motivations for your research? Why it was worth addressing? Okay, this is you need to check your your knowledge field in the and also you punya literature, and who else you need to know who else is working on this problem. Okay, you need to know about other researcher. Okay, is there any researcher that did this is doing the same thing as yours? Yeah, so how they're doing it? Okay, what the methods they do? What are their methods? Okay, what are their finding? Yeah, and how it's being different than yours? You need to know about this. Yeah, and how it's being tackled before. Okay, how the issues being done? How the other researcher done it? Yeah, you need to know. Right? Why did you approach this area, the area this way? Okay, why do you do in such your own way? Maksudnya, how did you do in your own the way that you want? Okay, why do you think your way is better? Right? So this is the thing that some of the questions being asked during your Viva. Okay, they will ask you who are the other researchers doing this area. Okay, how they doing this? Yeah. So what are their finding and why if they're doing this way and why you are doing this way? So you need to know how to answer it. Yeah. And if you could start again now, what would you do differently? What do your result mean? You need to know what's your result mean. Okay, how do you interpret your result? Yeah, if during my Viva, can I being asked my data? I think ask my data, how's being this data being formulated? Okay, how you derive with this result? Okay, you're being asked every single detail, every technical details when they will ask you. So you need to know. Okay, if you are the one who do the data analysis, if you are the one who go through all the process of your data analysis, start from your collect your data until you process your data. Okay, they will ask you every single detail. This is my during my time. Yeah, I've been asked every single detail, how it's being, how I derive the data, how I derive the result. So you need to make sure, okay. I know nowadays people can easily ask someone to analyze their data, right? But somehow you need to know it by yourself as well, because you are the one who going to face your examiner. Okay, you are the one who going to brief your examiner how you come up with the data. Okay, how you do the technical part of the data, right? They want to make sure you are doing it. Okay, you are the one who doing it. Yeah? So please make sure if you are preparing for your Viva, you need to make sure you still remember all the process or how you come up with the data analysis before. Yeah, right? And you punya result, what's the meaning of your result? Again, what are the big question in your field at the moment? Yeah, what do you think the next big development will be? So this is some of the questions. What is your thesis about? Okay, can you identify the common thread, the common question addressed by all the works in your thesis? Okay, means that how solid your thesis is. Your thesis is speaking to each other or not. Okay, is your chapter 1 is speaking to chapter 2? Is chapter 2 is speaking to chapter 3? Chapter 3 is speaking to chapter 4. So it means that your thesis is a storyline that people will see the what we call the end of you punya story. Okay, in the chapter 1, people will so excited to read about you punya study. Okay, your punya objective, your punya any issue that being highlighted, then the scenario happen in chapter 2, literature review and method, and this kind of thing. So you need to make sure your thesis is very, very solid. Is speak to each other. You tak adalah ada question mark. We want to discard all the question mark. Okay, so make sure you make sure you punya thesis tu is a good written thesis. This is tidak perfect kan, but it somehow it speak with each other. Okay, your sentence speak with each other, your chapter to speak with each other. Why I'm keep saying that your chapter ataupun your thesis need to speak with each other? Yeah, why I'm keep saying this to you? Yeah, this is because this is you are being you're being questioned during your Viva. Yeah, you being asked during your Viva. Okay, they want if your chapter did not speaking not talk to each other, you punya chapter tu, you're not ready for your Viva actually. So you need to come up with another draft. Yeah. So kalau your means if you say that if you are in the process, you are submitting your final draft, means that your thesis is very good already. Yeah, it's good at that. It's ready for the Viva. What I can say. Yeah, right. Okay, what have you done that merit a PhD? Okay, what have you done that can give you a PhD award? Yeah, so this is to stand. You need to know how to tackle this question. The examiner will ask you, okay, what have you, what do you think that we can, what do you think that we will give you a PhD? We will award, the university can award you with PhD. So prepare to answer this. Okay, you need to develop, you need to structure your answer. Okay, how to answer this question. Yeah, and prepare for 5 minutes how to answer this and have a mental map. Okay, before you answer it, okay, come up with some I think during your mock viva pun, you being asked about this. Okay, if you go through the PhD question, okay, if you collect all the PhD question, there a lot of the student is addressing this. Okay, is writing this in their viva question. So try to answer every single question yang is related. Yeah, that you can see the potential question you might ask during your Viva, right? So what have you done that can merit a PhD? Yeah, so you need to explain this. And so that's why I should be award with PhD, such something. Yeah. All right. So the examiner, okay, they are not trying to catch you up. They were not trying to catch you up. They want to make sure your work is good enough to award with a PhD. Your work is a good is your original. right? Your finding is you are addressing your objective, you're answering your objective, you're answering your research questions. Yeah, they're not trying to catch you out. They were not trying to look for your mistake, look for your flaws. They want to help you. Yeah, they want to help you. Okay, because your if you embark in a PGR in your postgraduate study means that you have intentions to go for academia. Okay, you have intentions to go to academic field. So this is the process to prepare you to be a good researcher in the future, to prepare you to be a good academician in the future. They want to make sure you are ready. Now, so this is the process. Yeah, and looking for positive evidence to tick criteria boxes. Generally, they want to they want to make sure, okay, your thesis is good enough, you are ready. Means that you are means that you should be awarded as a PhD. Okay, they want to look for a good checkpoint in you during your Viva, right? Genuinely want to engage in debate. Okay, examiner, they are genuinely, okay, they are really want to help you. They are really want to discuss your thesis, your work with you, right? This is to in order to do you punya develop you punya understanding, ataupun they want to help you to do some amendment atau to put adding some correction in your thesis. Yeah, and thus they will test what your view as an academic equal think about a topic, and they also want to clarify any unsure uncertainty that you have wrote in your how do you what we call how would you say is that examiner is the one want to help you actually. Okay, they want to prepare you, right? So they are not a monster. Okay, they are not monster. They orang bukan. They will not. They don't want to fail you. Okay, they want to help you. They want to prepare you, right? So this is the examiner. They really want to help you to prepare you for the you punya future punya if you go for the academic. Yeah, even though not the academic, but in order to give you to prepare you as a good and also a quality work that you have done. Yeah, they want to prepare you the examiner. Don't afraid with your examiner. Yeah, as me myself kan, my examiner, my external examiner is a very dia punya language tu kan. I have some I have some doubt that I can answer my first examiner. Why? Because my first she's very British kan. So dia punya accent tu, the accent when she speak kan, it's a very dalam that I keep asking her to revise ataupun to keep asking her to repeat back the questions to me. Yeah, so itulah. So when I check her background, I can see dia punya the previous work and this kind of thing. So it scared me as well. Yeah, so this kind of thing. So again, check your examiner before your Viva. Okay, check, you know your examiner who are there, yeah, so that you boleh get the picture, get a clear picture, okay, during your punya Viva day. Yeah, all right. And during your Viva, right, during your Viva, answering questions advice, okay, during your Viva, don't rush to answer. Okay, don't rush. Okay, jangan cepat. Don't quick to answer any questions being asked to you. Okay, take some time. Okay, take some time to digest the question and respond it. Okay, get your mind clear and
So having listened to the 3 EDPs and all the other DPs as well, so this is what the
okay, all right. So you don't rush to answer any question being asked during the Viva day. Okay? Take some time to listen to it, yeah, and then don't interrupt. Okay, don't you ever interrupt when your examiner is asking your question. Okay, dengar, you need to listen carefully. Okay, you've been given some time to answer it actually. Yeah, so you get some pen and some notebook. Yeah, you can write your questions. Yeah, you can write your questions. Yeah, during your punya when they ask you. Okay, just don't rush yourself. Okay, don't be defensive. Okay, please make sure. Okay, during your Viva day. Okay, even though your pre-Viva ke apa ke, don't be very defensive. Okay, jangan be defensive. Yeah, try to what we call don't to jangan defensive lah. Right, this kind of thing, and you need to answer assertive, but don't be defensive. Okay, you apa nama ni, you can answer it, okay, but don't defensive, right? So when they give you some suggestion, try to accept it. Yeah, try to accept it, okay. Try to apa ni, try to give a apa ni maksudnya, okay, I will thank you for the comment, thank you for the suggestion, I will look through on this, okay, I will do the correct correction. This kind of thing. Don't be defensive, yeah, because this is not the day that you because you want to make sure you punya thesis tu bagus bah, so you don't be defensive, yeah, right? With your examiner dia tak nak fail you, they want to help you, yeah. And defend your ground but concede where appropriate. Okay, you can defend your ground, tapi you terima mana yang cadangan untuk penambahbaikan for the improvement. Okay, you can defend your ground, tapi you also need to terima, okay, what are those you need to accept, okay, any improvement yang they want you to do. This is good, yeah, right. And don't volunteer flaw, even though pun you jangan volunteer any flaw. Okay, jangan don't undersell yourself, okay, during your Viva day. Okay, you need to confident, yeah, you don't undersell, okay, and ask for clarification when necessary. Okay, ask clarification. If you don't think if you don't know, you don't understand about the question, you ask them to refresh back. Okay, you can ask them to refresh back with a simple words, with a simple statement, sentence, okay, so that you can easily, okay, so, examiner we're happy to do it, yeah. If you tak faham, okay, you ask for clarification. Are you saying it this way? Are you saying it this way? Okay, do you mean it's like this? Okay, you can ask them again. It doesn't matter, yeah. And give clarification if necessary. Okay, if necessary, give clarification. Be honest. If you don't know how to answer, be honest. Don't simply don't simply say you don't know. They will not marah you. They will not marah you ataupun they might not fail you, yeah. Okay, I saw some question and kejap I baca some questions dulu, right? So what is your advice during I have one question here, okay? What is your advice during the Viva after we explain, justify our work, but examiner still not satisfied, asking even after say thank you, I just want not too defensive. Okay, even examiner still not satisfied, asking even, right. If the examiner still not satisfied during you punya tu, you just concede. Maksudnya you accept what they are asking you. They're telling you the suggestion is they're telling you. You accept it on that. You accept it. Then you reply them. Okay, I will discuss with my supervisory team. Okay, we will discuss about this suggestion. You thank you them. Okay, don't prolong with you punya the atmosphere tu, you don't make the atmosphere tu macam panas for you to really want to defend it again. Okay, sometimes you want to minimize it. Okay, but you can ask, okay, thank you for the suggestion, thank you for your comment. Okay, I will I really appreciate it, and I will we will discuss in our supervisory team. All right, this kinds of thing. Okay, you definitely it will apa ni buat you punya examiner tu dia cooling down lah kan, yeah. So this is how you want to tackle it, yeah. Jangan if you can see the pattern, you can see the atmosphere. Kalau you still lagi, if you want to still defend it, tapi your examiner keep on give some gesture ataupun expression that they're not what we call terima atau accept what you say. So you just accept it for the moment, say thank you for your comment. Okay, I will look into it, this kinds of thing. Yeah, try to be be honest. Okay, be forthcoming and allow discussions to develop. Okay, allow the discussion being developed into a discussion. Bukan apa ni, yang defend yang terlalu ini. Okay, you allow this discussion. As me myself, during my Viva day, okay, we are having a discussion. Okay, I think you should do it like, okay, why not you do it like this? Okay, the examiner kan dia kata, okay, saya rasa I think if you put this will be good. Okay, they will allow some discussion happen during your Viva session. Yeah, and then accept references. If accept references means that accept any suggestion, any comment, or any anything that they suggested to you, ataupun anything dia ni kan, you just accept references lah. Maksudnya accept the comment and suggestion and stay calm. Okay, again you stay calm. Jangan terlalu ini because you are the researcher. Okay, you are the researcher. You know what you're doing. Yeah, of course, at that particular for your thesis, you are the author. Researcher. And what if you get a tricky questions that you need to think about? Okay, kalau you're being asked a tricky question, you need to ask for clarification. Okay, if you still don't understand, you ask them to rephrase. Macam I cakap, yes, what I mentioned to you just now. Okay, you need to recast it in your own words. Okay, do you mean it like this? I believe you're saying it this way. Okay, this kind of stuff. You ask back. Okay, so that you can get a clear picture what they're asking you. And buy some time to think the answer, right? Don't rush, okay? Get some time to think the answer, yeah, because they want answer from you, okay? Jangan you simply jawab without thinking, yeah, because everything is nanti we want to minimize a question after that question, yeah. We want to minimize some question being developed daripada from what you answer. Okay, I also have some question here. Could you use corporate experience to answer question posed by the examiner? All right, so during my, I would say that because some of, most of the question is come from my thesis, because some of the question is basically from the thesis what I have been written, okay, from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 is everything. They will ask you about you punya, they will ask you about your objective, they will ask you about why your statement is so strong, all right? How are you sure about what you're saying in this line? Okay, they say, what do you say in page 50, in page in this line? So they were asking you, okay, it's more, everything is more toward you punya, what you have been written and what is your answer during the Viva day. Okay, your Viva day punya answer, okay, also will relate to the another question also. So I would say there's no specific thing. They are general question that you can see, you can collect from the Viva punya question, you can collect it, the Viva question, you can Google it, and you can relate like this, yeah, that being asked by the examiner, right, on that particular day, yeah, because everyone you have a different, tapi generally the question is pertaining is about your thesis, yeah, basically, right? So, and if they're asking your question, be a little flattery. Maksudnya, oh, that's a good question. Oh, I've been waiting for that questions. All right, just say you saw, ni lah, you bring some little flattery lah when you answer some question lah. Maksudnya, you so that you punya examiner to feel very inilah, very senang with you lah, this kind of thing, yeah. And if you really can't answer a question, be honest. Kalau if you don't know how to answer it, be honest. Okay, don't simply answer the thing that you do not know. Yeah, takut nanti it will relate to another question. Yeah, but you have any ideas on the subject, say so. Yeah, or say I can't answer this without some more details, but I should be able to work it out with a bit of time. Yeah, be honest. Okay, if you do know how to answer it, and it's examiner for the useful pointer and reference. Yeah, kalau if you're not familiar with the something literature or any ideas, so you just say that you do not know. Thank you, I will look into it further. Right, this kind of thing. Right, and what if you get a question which uncover a flaw in your work? Yeah, kalau if you get a question that detects your mistake or detect your punya flaw during in your thesis, don't be panic. Okay, jangan panik, jangan gelabah. right? Don't be panic. Yeah, this is a, remember you are engaged with a debate. Maksudnya you are engaged in a discussion with equal. All right. So you don't be feel panic. Don't be scared. Don't be demotivated. Yeah. You just flow with it. Yeah. They will not fail you, right? They were happy to discuss it with you, all right? Examiner will happy to help you actually, okay? And don't be aggressive or defensive, right? To being equipped ataupun being to be prepared for the they want to prepare you actually, they want to correct you, okay, which area that they might think so, yeah. And then rather seek to find out your examiner view on how the problem might be remedied. Kalau you rasa if you don't know how to answer it, you can ask them, okay, what do you think then? Okay, is there anything that you want, you can suggest me? Okay, is there anything that that I can do it? Maksudnya, is there anything that I can do a way that in a better way? Or you can ask them. Yeah, you can ask them with a question as well. Okay, if you don't know it. Yeah, and can it be addressed in future work which develop on what you have done in your thesis or resubmission? Yeah, during your if you can't answer it now, you say okay, you will add in your correction. Right, this kind of thing. If you think it's if you think that's the important thing, then you can add in during your correction nanti. And better than not showing awareness and not being given the chance. And if it's something you are already aware of, prepare your discussion of why it doesn't undermine your whole thesis. Okay, there's a question here again, right? Okay. Since Viva station could be 3 or 4 hours long, is there any break given? For example, we're going to toilet or drink because cannot tahan, cannot torture, or we want to get calm, right? Of course, you've been given some break. Yeah, you've been given some break. You can ask for some break as well. It's not tidak semestinya ini you can okay. I think I need to go. I think I need to have some break for a while. Ataupun you can say I need to go for a loo. Atau I need to go out first. Okay, can I have some drink? Okay, during my Viva days, I can say that, okay, masa my Viva, okay, we have been prepared a drink, examiner yang tuangkan air, right? Then we can have macam over the coffee, but the Viva over the coffee, and I hope Tab pun boleh buat macam tu nanti kan, so that student yang go for the Viva will come feel relaxed. It's not the relax lah, tak rasa takut. Alah, by examiner just minum a sip only. Ya, sebab takut kan, nervous during the Viva. Yeah, during my 3 hours too, we have a break for 20 minutes. Yeah, in the middle. Itu, that 20 minutes is, we are in the between in chapter 4. Baru chapter 4, right? So baru chapter 4, then we go for a break. I have 8 chapter to go. Yeah, sometimes Viva is not necessary that 3 to 4 hours. It depends on the examiner. Yeah, it depends on the content. Sometimes it might be 1 hour, 1.5 hours. It's not necessary 3 to 4 hours, right? It depends on the examiner, right? So as for my examiner, they suka bercakap, they want to have a discussion to help me with my thesis. That's why they macam lama lah. And then we also have some break as well, kan, masa tu. Yeah. All right. So where am I just now? Okay. If it's something you are already aware or prepare your discussion, why it's not undermine your whole thesis. Okay, this is sudah. Showing you are aware of this will show you have a good critical skill, right? So if you are aware that you have flaw in your work, means that you when you're being asked about it. Okay, I'm so sorry about it. I think I missed this and now I realize I have me. You can answer it. Yeah, you can answer your examiner when they ask you about your flaw. And don't volunteer flaw unnecessary. Jangan volunteer. Jangan simply say that's my mistake. Yeah, jangan simply say that I forgot to do. No. Okay, if you submit your thesis, if you submit for your Viva, means that you already check everything. Okay, those yang those the flaw yang tu macam means that if you know but you don't admit it, yeah, on that day, yeah, don't volunteer admit it, yeah. But this is my inilah to you, to all of you. And right, so decision, okay, you'll be given after your Viva, Okay, as I mentioned, the 3 hours journey of my Viva tu, the 3 hours punya process. Okay, after we discuss, after everything kan, then I've been asked minutes. I think it's more formality lah. So they will ask you to leave the room. Okay, then they ask you to come back again. Then they give you the decision, yeah, this kind of thing. And then itulah, then they will said that they will do the report. Okay, they will write a report. For me to wait for the examiner report for around a month, just sebulan. I wait for the report from the full report from the examiner being sent to the postgraduate office masa tu. So I received the email from the postgraduate office for the correction. And even though even though the correction is the report, I need to wait for 1 month, but somehow my supervisor, okay, my supervisor, she's a very, very good supervisor. She sit next to me during my Viva, and she wrote all the questions being asked by examiner. Right, she's diligently write every single question being asked by the examiner during my Viva. Dia tulis dalam buku, and then at the end of the session tu, they ask me, she check back my thesis. So I do some correction dulu, some correction based on my supervisor punya what she have written, yeah, what she have been wrote during the Viva session, yeah. So I've been given for the full what we call Viva report is I get it a month after my Viva. Yeah, so I wait for long. I wait for a month for my Viva, and they give in the report. They will give you some list. Okay, a list, a chapter by chapter. Okay, they come up with chapter by chapter. Right. So okay, what is your correction that you need to do? Right. They will do it. They will properly write it. Okay. Chapter by chapter. So and instruction of what need to be changed, added, usually for more substantial changes lah. So they will ask you, okay, what should you do? Okay, kalau it depend on what the outcome of you punya Viva nanti. Okay. Most of Viva, there's a questions from our friend here. Okay, most of Viva conducted via online due to pandemic. What happened if suddenly line long breakdown? Does this affect our Viva evaluation? In your experience, what should we do? Right. I have my friend who being undergo this online Viva. Okay, kalau no, you know what? Examiner will not fail you because you punya line, you have breakdown in your line ataupun you punya internet connection is not good. They will not fail you. Okay, they will not apa ni? They will try to accommodate you. Yeah, they will try to accommodate you. Okay, you know that, and you yourself also. Okay, you yourself also kan, you know when is your Viva day. Okay, if it's online pun, okay, if let's say you can apa ni, you go for kalau you in your area you punya line tidak, it's not that good, you punya service, you go other places, you go to you masa you can keluar rumah sekejap, okay, you go to your friend house to get a good line ataupun any area yang quiet, for the line yang bagus lah, this kind of thing. But somehow what I can say that, so most of my friend yang those who are Viva through online, those yang balik Malaysia buat online, even though our friend in FPEP, our student in FPEP yang diorang Viva pun dia ada online, they do it online. Even the breakdown is that the examiner will wait for you, right? And then you need to you need to work on how to get the line for you lah, to continue you punya Viva. Okay, there's a question here. What caused major correction? Okay, what caused major correction is basically there's a lot of thing yang can determine can make you have can resulting you to have a major correction. Okay, especially kalau you punya method. Okay, your method that there's a okay, in a method you need to properly check, because yang punya from your method tu there's a finding kan, the finding is the main thing in your thesis. Yeah, so it's your what we call it's the thing that you need to really work on it for your method too. So basically this is what I know lah, from what I know and from what my other friends. So basically method is a very crucial chapter that people that the examiner will ask. Kalau dia tak puas, kalau they think that your method is not that strong, if your method, the technique, your punya analyze, the way you analyze, the result that you interpret, and this kind of thing, that will be a major correction, right? Might be it will be you need to resubmit ataupun you need to collect again you punya data, right? Tapi kan major correction kan, they will as even though I'm being given minor correction, yeah, tapi my examiner said, do you think that you have, I have 7 corrections saja. I have 7 correction that I can do it within 3 days actually masa tu. But then my examiner, they know that I will report back to I can balik, I will balik report back to work. Okay, do you have ample time to do your correction? It was, do you want to still do you want to have ample time? Dia kata, do you think that's enough time? I'll be giving you 3 months, 3 months, even though it's seven things they address, it's just a tiny 7 things that I need to do the correction. They think that okay now we give you 3 months so that you have time to work on it, because you're going back to report duty, so you need to settling down, so you just take a time to do your correction. Yeah, but sometimes the other thing then for some of my friends, okay, they will give you 6 months only to give you a time to do the thing, to do the correction. It's a very subjective actually. Major in what kinds of correction. Yeah, kalau you need to collect back your data, is memang major lah. You need to around 12 months for you to collect back, analyze, or 6 months to refine back you punya literature, to refine back your write up. Okay, every chapter, right? It just can be very subjective actually. I would say that. Yeah. All right, so okay. Apa lagi? There's no question lagi. Right, let's check some. Okay. Right. So if you have any question, you can pop in the chat box. Yeah, right. So this is basically the decision. Okay, you'll be given the decision. The final report will be given to you by the postgraduate office. Right. So you need to check. So sometimes you can easily get you punya your report immediately, right? Ataupun because they already go through you punya thesis for around 2 months, for 1 month, they already read. You can do it directly. Yeah, the decision. And for the Viva, and what I can say to all of you who are waiting for your Viva, enjoy your Viva. Yeah, enjoy your Viva. And then what we call this is your day. This is the day that you are very proud of, to share what you have done for the 3 years, for the 4 years of you punya work. Okay, you share. This is the day for you to share with you punya audience, which is your examiner on that day. Okay, it is your passage into the independent academia. Yeah, so enjoy the attention being given by your examiner, because they spend 2 months, 3 months, 6 months to read your punya thesis. So enjoy the attention, enjoy their feedback. Yeah, and enjoy the captive audience. They are very engaged in your thesis. Okay, they're helping you to structuralize a solid thesis, right? And enjoy the compliment. Okay, enjoy the compliment giving by work. Okay, because they crack their head, okay, to help you to emphasize really to make sure your thesis is a good thesis. Yeah, and with a little of luck, enjoy your post Viva celebration. So I hope every one of you can go through your punya Viva. Okay, regardless your master student, your PhD student, just enjoy your punya Viva day. It's a very, don't be too inilah, memang like nervous lah kan. So I pun I also been feel nervous during my Viva, but even some my friend here pun dia orang rasa nervous, but somehow this is your day, enjoy your day, yeah. Then be prepared during you punya Viva day. And this is my vibe during my Viva day, or the happy faces after the 3 hours mini sessions. Yeah, next to me is my supervisor. I have my second supervisor, guy, tapi he can't attend my Viva day. So this is my the pink shirt, the pink punya, and this is my this short hair lady. This is my external examiner, right? Jen Estem. Okay, and then this is my inilah my internal examiner. So they are in the tourism and hospitality field lah. So this is my examiner. So I just recently, like it's about almost 2 years ago for my Viva day, right? So you can see I barely sleep for almost 1 week. Okay, I tak dapat tidur for almost 1 week for my Viva. Yeah, you know, like as a non-native, we are as a Malaysian students kan, sometimes we have a very difficult to say in to converse, okay, in especially in English kan. Kadang-kadang we wonder if what we are saying, what we are talking, apa yang kita cakap, whether being diorang faham ke tidak this kind of something, do they understand or not, yeah. But then practice it. This one is very important for you to practice with your friend. FPEP, kalau you need someone to practice with you for your Viva kan, you apa nama ni, you can approach me, okay, you can approach other lecturer to sit in front to listen to your to listen to your punya mock, yeah. So we are happy to help you. Yeah, we are happy to help you in our faculty. We have faculty members. We are happy to help you. Yeah, provide you can you approach lah awal-awal. Yeah, we are happy. Yeah, even though you click in your kita di FPEP, you punya click in, maksudnya you in your postgraduate punya click kan, you can ask them to be your examiner. Yeah, so this is the day, the celebration day that the day that I won't forget in my life lah. So I hope everyone pun, I know everyone pun during your Viva day is the day that you tak boleh lupa in your life. Yeah, so this is the day for the 3-hour session. Yeah, so yeah, so I can see. And again, so this slide is basically that I attend from this 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 what I'm sharing with you is the thing that the workshop that I attend from this two what we call the prominent figure in our field, okay, for the Viva. Yeah, we have Michelle and we have Garrett here. So this is the thing that I'm sharing with you, right? So for today, yeah, to preparing for your Viva, and hope everyone. Oh, ada soalan kat sini. Kejap, I answer the question. Okay. What about aligning research objective with our framework would be major? For example, with our, okay, what about aligning research objective with our framework would be major? For example, our research objective want to measure 6 dimensions model, but in our theoretical framework, we wrote only 4. Would it measure again? Okay, so as I mentioned, okay, it's a very subjective whether you've been given a major or not, yeah. So it depends how you address it in your write-up. Yeah, again, I would say it's a very subjective, okay, because the thing that you have been written and the answer that you've been answered during your Viva day will determine the outcome. Actually, the outcome is already being decided. Okay, maksudnya the result from your Viva, because they already read your thesis. Okay, they already thoroughly check your thesis, so they already have an outcome. Yeah, so it's and then they if they have some curiosity about what you have written, okay, in your thesis, they will wait for the Viva day to get your clarification. Okay, the examiner will waiting for your clarification during your Viva day. So it depends on how you answer on that day and what is being written in your thesis. So I would say it's very subjective to being given a major. Okay, even though me myself, Okay, I don't know. I know my other colleague. Okay, my other colleague who are being examined, they will not give major corrections to the student unless thing that need to be emphasized ataupun need to be amended in the thesis. And this is, I would say this. Yeah. So, but some for they think there's a need to be done in this ample of time, so they need to give you major. But I would say it's very subjective to give a student major correction. Yeah. So even though they have a prior decision, okay, during when they read your thesis, but they wait for your Viva day to listen to what will you respond to them when they're asking you the question. Yeah. So this is this is I would say to you lah to answer the question, right? So is there anything, right?
Can I ask a question, Dr. Ju?
Yes, please. Okay. Yes, Mr. Ami.
All right.
Oh, Mr. Ami, I haven't answered your question just now. Wait.
Maybe you can answer together with this question lah.
All right.
Consider,
Okay.
consider two questions lah. I have another
Okay.
question. Very good
Alright.
morning, everyone, and Dr. Ju. Thank you very much for the very great sharing session. I'm quite interested with the one question you mentioned just now. Probably this may be asked by the examiner, like, if you could start again, what would you do differently? So, since you mentioned, okay, don't offer your flaws unnecessarily and try to avoid criticize your work, because this question is actually asking your view on the best way how you could improve your work, and probably there'll be a way you accidentally may criticize your work and indirectly offer some flaws of your work. So how do you actually can come up with a good answer to this question on what would you do differently for your work to avoid from giving exposed to our flaws and criticize our work? Thank you.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Ami, for this question. So what I can say is that when I'm being asking this question during that time, so I would say I will not do doing. Okay, I said that okay, this is the thing that I want to see, and I would like to study on. So this definitely the way I want it. I would like it to be. So this basically, Mr. Amir, I would say it's like this. Yeah, I will not do it differently. Okay, I will stick to what I've done. Okay, I would do using this method. I will look with this objective. I will address this question. Okay, I would do with this approach. I would do with mixed method. I will do with this analysis. Okay, because I would like to come up with this model, right? I will discuss it like this. So this is basically how I answer it masa tu lah. So I just roughly that I can tell you, right? So I would definitely, I at that time I will stick to what I've done. Yeah, because I think from this it will give this result to what I'm looking for actually. Yeah. So if let's say I would do it differently, okay, make sure if I let's say for example if I answer that I would do it differently, yeah. So it huge changes in the whole of my thesis, right? So I would definitely would say that I will stick to what I've done, yeah. So the method that I will be that I have been used, okay, and then how I analyze the data, how I formulated the model, yeah, how I discuss it, the objective, and how I address the questions, okay, the hypothesis, this kinds of thing. Yeah, Mr. Ami, this is how I answered it. Okay, I would like I stand firm what what I've answered. Okay, because this is the thing that this is the work that I have done for 3 years. So this I would stand it like I would stand it the way it is. Yeah, macam tu lah. I jawab masa tu, Mr. Ami.
So it's okay to be firm with your work, your ideas.
Yes, so this is basically this is my supervisor pun share dia macam ni, because when I go through this Viva punya question with my supervisor, basically they also suggest me to answer it such way. Okay, they ask me to answer it they answer macam tu because they want to see confident of what you're doing. You see the other method, the other way is much more better than you are doing now. Yeah, so this is why they suggest me ataupun this is why we want every student to stand firm for what you're doing. Yeah, kalau you think that the other way is better, why you are not using that way, that method that approach before, why you doing such way, and this kind of thing. Begitulah tu. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Amir, for the question. You are ready, Mr. Amir? All right. Should there,
Yeah,
is there any questions?
the first question just now.
Oh,
How
the
much
first
time is it
question. Sekejap.
giving?
I baca balik you punya question. So, okay, kejap. What's the session? All right. From your experience, how much time is given to present your? I would say that, okay, during my Viva session, there's no presentation, yeah. There's no presentation during my Viva. Okay, what I did is that actually, memang in my faculty, there's no, I don't know the other university in UK, but somehow the other university pun in UK dia jarang ada presentation. Dia adalah Q&A session. Okay, we do not have any presentation for the Viva. Yeah, so because it will repeat, you will be repeating kan kalau you buat the presentation. Yeah, so because they already read you punya thesis, so what the Viva session for them is that they want to ask those yang unclear thing. Okay, they want to make sure that is your original work. Alright, so there's no presentation during my Viva. There is only a Q&A session. We are sitting. It's a drilling session. It's more into the Q&A, a question and answer. Okay, there's no presentation. Perhaps it's different than what we have in FPEP. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, kalau it's not memang I tahu lah. Kalau in FPEP in our UMS, you need to come up with a presentation. Okay, you can think that the presentation that you did, especially yang in UMS, is in order for you to familiar yourself with the atmosphere. Okay, to get yourself confident before you answering a question. Okay, you can anggap sedemikian. You can anggap dia begitu ya, to prepare yourself, to get an atmosphere, apa cakap yang Viva punya atmosphere, for ready yourself actually, so that you tak directly being asked a question. Okay, you give you some time, yeah, and during your presentation also a platform where you can clarify those yang unclear in your thesis, yeah, this kinds of thing. Right, so as I would say, during my Viva memang tak ada presentation, ya, tidak ada presentation during my Viva, just a Q&A session for 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ju. Because that's the reason why I'm asking, because we have different
Yeah, we have different approach actually.
Approach in Malaysian kan. Kalau Malaysia we have presentations probably time allocated around 15-20 minutes kan, and then baru
exactly.
the Q&A lah. So
baru Q&A for
so
a couple
different case
of
in UK
hours.
kan?
Yeah, it's different case in UK. Yeah.
Okay, thank
and
you.
I believe that Mr. Amir, you also will not have any presentation, I believe. Yeah. Okay, is there any questions from the floor? Ada soalan? Is there anything? I have some colleague here as well that they can answer your question if I can't answer you. If you want them to share about their experience when they go for their Viva. Yeah, we have a different approach. Everyone, we have a different what we call experience in our Viva day. Yeah, I have my colleague. Okay, she went for her Viva and she passed with no correction. Yeah, so it's our own FPEP members. Yeah, we have some of kita ada our colleague, okay, with no correction. Yeah, we can learn from them. We can get them perhaps, okay, we can get them to share their experience kan, how they do their work, okay, how's their routine. And I would say if you are a postgraduate student, okay, even if you are first year, second year, okay, what you need to be disciplined. Okay, you need to have a proper routine. Okay, if you are full-time student, you need to have a routine. Okay, when should you do your work? Okay, what time is what time? You need to know when is your apa yang proactive punya timing for you to do your work. Yeah, so you need to very diligent. Yeah, you need to very disciplined in doing your work. Yeah, this is, I would say that, and you need to be in community, postgraduate community that are very active lah. Yeah, so again, you something, right? Ada soalan? Okay, tiada. Oh, apa ni? Puan Ellie, should we take a picture?
Ya, boleh dokter.
Oh,
Buka
okay,
kamera
so
semua.
alright, nanti Puan Ellie will take our picture. So can I ask everyone to open your camera so that we can take a picture together? So because this will be put in kita punya ini. So I would invite everyone to open your camera so that we can have a picture. Yeah, I can see everyone. Yeah. Those who are preparing for your Viva. Yeah. Yeah, we have Dr. Tini here. So honey, we have other friend, colleague here.
Boleh ambil silakan. Oke. 1, 2, shoot. Kejap lagi ya. Kejap lah. Oke, freestyle. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your participation. If you have if you have anything to ask, you can stay. If you have anything to ask, yeah, you can stay for a while. Is there anything you want to ask? Yeah, anything? Okay, about your study. Yeah, thank you for today's participation. And don't forget the next series of kita punya postgraduate workshop. Yeah, so I hope it will help you a lot. Okay, if you attend a workshop.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ju.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Ju.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Doctor, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, doctor.
Bye. Thank you.
Hello, doctor.
Yes, hello.
Thank you very much. Very interesting. Thank you for
Thank you,
your
Mr.
time.
Habata. Thank you for your participation this morning.
Thank you very much. Doctor,
Yes.
can I ask you a question? Sorry, it's a little bit late.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You can ask.
Thank you very much. Just one question. What do you think, what do you recommend in terms of your positioning in case that you have a conflicting views? For example, your view can be all right, can be even supported by your background, literature, but might be a bit different from the examiner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are sometimes that both views can be correct,
Mm.
but might be conflicting. So what do you think? What kind of position you need to have in the middle of your Viva?
All right. So basically, all right, what you need to remember, yeah, when you go for your Viva, is your work is being evaluated, and you need to be remember that your examiner is an expert in their field. Okay, we can say that expert in their field is expert in academic field. Okay, we know that there are sometimes just basically students who are who work in the industry before, yeah, work in the industry, they have a different view with the academician and also the industry. So you need to know that your position here is that you are the student and they are expert in your area but in academic field. So you know you when you're being asked atau you're being stand, or if they inquire, you don't be so defensive, right? When they throw their suggestion, their comment to you, yeah. So think you will discuss it with your supervisor, and then you as supervisor will thoroughly go through their comment. Okay, if it can be accepted and to be amended in your thesis, then you do it. If you think that you can do it partially, you do it. If you think you don't want to do it, it's depend on you. Depend on you and your supervisory team. Then just remember that. Okay, as again, I would say that they are expert in academic in your field. If you are the industry people, you are expert in the industry, but you are now in the academic area. You see things in the academic perspective. You see things in academic point of view. Yeah, I know that some in for industry people, for those experienced people who work in the industry, yeah, they think they would say that all the process is possible, all the process is it can be done is like this. But in academic, there's they are procedure, they are the thing. Okay, academic examiner is the one who are expert in academic in your area, and you are the one expert in your area as a researcher, and for the moment as a student, and also perhaps you are the industry people, or you are the industry people. So this is, I would say it. Yeah, so
All right.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Doctor.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Hamdata. All right. So is there any questions? Tak ada soalan lagi? Right. Thank you so much, Kak Ellie, Puan Elizabeth, for today.
Thank you, Dokter. Thank you
Yeah.
juga.
Thank you juga. Nanti kita share gambar.
Boleh, no problem.
Right. Thank you, Puan Ellie. So for the rest who are still here, thank you so much for attending once again. I hope to see you guys in next session. Have a good day, everyone.